The Soweto International Jazz Festival is the first international music and arts festival to hit the streets of Soweto. Now, this 4-day event consists of indoor and outdoor stages, panels, as well as master classes, not forgetting the jam-packed music that will be taking over during the night. But we as Joburg TV have been invited to hit up the daytime program because you know we always give you the best. Now let's kick off day one with the celebration of the future.
You don't get a record deal and get $1 million and get a car. The record business starts when you get the deal. The work begins when you get inside of the system, and a lot of times people think it's the other way around. I worked this hard to get here. You work that hard to become noticed. Now that you are noticed, what are you going to be noticed for?
Next to me is the American singer, producer, songwriter. I think the list is a bit long. Or does it end there?
Executive. Oh, dad. I'm a father.
Amazing.
That's the best.
Rico Love. Let's talk about the conference. Tell us about the journey and where did it start and why South Africa in specific?
The We Love Music Conference was something I dreamt 4 years ago. I had a dream about teaching a group of people in a room similar to this about songwriting, about technique, about production, about management, about artist development, about perfecting an ability that is already in you. So it's not like I dreamt of teaching people who weren't passionate about music to become passionate. No, this is for the passionate to come and develop and hone their skills. And I believe that it's something that is very valuable. And over the years, you know, it's grown and it's gained some attention. And, you know, when people reached out, the Soweto Jazz Festival reached out, they said, we would love to have you be a part of it. I was like, well, that's incredible to show that the conference has meant so much to people in the States that we wanted to take it out to other countries. And I think that's an incredible, feat.
And is this the first time that the conference is taking place in South Africa?
Absolutely. It's the first time the conference is taking place anywhere outside of the U.S. So it's a blessing to be here, and I'm so excited to share. And I don't want this to be a thing where we just do this year. I want this to be an annual thing in South Africa and around the world, and be the first country outside of the U.S. to believe and trust in my idea.
The youth of South Africa, we're approaching June 16, and that's a historical moment for us. And what do you want the youth of South Africa to take away from this conference? Because a lot of us, our parents discourage us to go into music.
I think that the empowerment to take control of your gift, and if something is in you, you cannot fight that. And I want the same way you guys fought every other obstacle, the way you fight your oppressors, the way you stand up for what you believe in, the way you recognize yourselves as royalty. A lot of people in the States, especially black people in the States, don't know who they are. You guys have the advantage of knowing who you are.
Let's just wrap it up. What advice would you like to give to the youth around the world? Because I believe that your music is so universal and it touches everyone. What advice would you like to give to the youth that is being discouraged constantly, that is trying their best to put their music out, but companies that are owned by people, they don't recognize them that much?
I would say it's not about what you know. It's not even about who you know. It's about who knows you. So the key is, how do I make myself known by the world? Not by using a machine. I'm not talking about $1 million campaign. I'm talking about, what do I have to do? What angle must I take? The unique angle that I must take to get people to recognize my gift and to see me. This is something that no one can figure out for you. There is no formula for that. You have to be creative enough to say, how can I challenge myself and figure out this equation? And that's the key.
So guys, it's the Soweto International Jazz Festival. What brings you to Soweto in specific?
Yeah. I get to touch the stage, do a little song and dance, and then I'm also here with my co-host, Shani Culture.
Yes. We have a show called The Mix-Up, right? So we're shooting the pilot and gathering footage, and what better place to be than Soweto, right? For the first annual jazz festival. So we came down, we brought the crew, and we come to enlighten the world on what Soweto has to offer.
So what are you guys expecting to see in Soweto? Because I have to brag about my town, all right? I'm about to brag. We have young, talented people. We have musicians. We have dancers. The list goes on and on. But I think my cry would be that there's a lot of disadvantage that happens within our communities, and some children are not discovered. So how do you guys think you would help to discover such talents?
Well, I think part of our entire purpose of being here is we're a bridge of some sort. We are cultural ambassadors of where we come from. We represent first generation, and that is essentially our parents are from, you know, a country that is other than America. So my mother is Jamaican. I'm a first generation Jamaican. Shani's a first generation Trinidadian. DJ Rob De Niro is a first generation Puerto Rican. So we, in efforts like we have within New York, there's so many first generations that create our own culture, and we're trying to bridge that world, and that's why we're here. So in that effort, there's a natural exchange that we feel can also help bring whatever is over here and expose it to our side of the world.
Well, there you have it, folks. Day 1 of the Soweto International Jazz Festival was a total bliss. Do remember, it continues for the next 3 days with performances from Shaw Majozi, Deborah Cox, Zama Jobe, Bob James, Lady Zamar, Charlie Wilson, and many more. Come out in your big numbers and show love for the first Soweto International Jazz Festival.